Hey guys, Ivan here. So Chicago Pro is tomorrow, but before the Chicago Pro happens, we got a couple of very interesting updates and we're gonna go over them in this video. So first, we got a physique update of Nick Walker. Yes, another one. And this guy is posting physique updates every week. He's probably taking these shots for his coach, Matt Jansen, and he just posts them on his Instagram. He doesn't care. And they're very transparent. You can see exactly what is going on with his physique. It's the same lighting every time, same poses pretty much. So let's check out, let's see, are there any significant changes and what exactly changed from his past showing at the Arnold Classic. So first we're gonna start with this most muscular pose. I chose this one because it shows really how conditioned he is. You can see it especially through the separation in his chest. Like his chest is really separated really hard, and you can also see that the lines and like the veins and everything in his quads. Also how dry his midsection is, and just overall you can see the body fat percent, and also you can see a very important thing I have to add, the weight. At 15 weeks out, this guy is weighing 291 pounds. Guys, 291 in the morning also. So in clothes, after a couple of meals, after he had a couple of liters of water, in the gym, let's say, when he measures his weight, it's probably over 300 pounds. But in the morning, it's 291. And with this conditioning, what his weight is gonna be like on stage? I doubt he's gonna go below 270. I mean, I have no idea what he's taking right now, but I'm assuming he went off of like the really hard stuff, you know, stuff you take in the finish of your prep to keep you hard and full and to retain the muscle when you're dieting hard. I'm guessing he went off of that. It would make sense. So when he starts using that, his weight is gonna hold. Like he's not gonna go down too low, and he's already in a really good shape. So how many pounds does he really have to lose? I mean, 20 pounds? Something like that? So this guy is probably gonna be around 270 on stage. There is no chance he's gonna be below 265. So I'm guessing 270, 265, and at a height of 5'7", guys, 5'7". What is gonna look like on stage compared to the other guys, I have no idea, but it's going to be wild. This back shot I also found very interesting because, first of all, shoulder to waist ratio looks very good here. And the size of his like upper back and shoulders and arms. I mean, maybe it's the angle, maybe it's a pump, I don't know what he trained this day, but I don't think he ever looked this good in this shot, this impressive. I don't think his shoulders were this big ever. So, and like the V taper. I don't think his waist looked this small ever compared to his shoulders. Again, it's probably the angle and the lighting, stuff like that. I don't think it's going to look that much different on stage, but I don't know. I have no idea. The lats also, look at the lats. The way they're hanging below the shoulders. So I think this pose looks probably better than ever, honestly. And of course, our biggest concern as far as Nick Walker's physique is his outer sweep. And as you can see in the comment section, his sponsor, Dorian Hamilton, commented quad sweep is improved. Do I see that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know he's training his legs really hard and he gained a lot of muscle. So he probably gained some muscle in the legs, but he probably gained more in the upper body. So the symmetry, the proportion is still probably the same. I don't think his legs look bigger because he's standing there alone. Maybe when he's on stage and when he stands next to the other guys, he's gonna have like really big legs, but like the outer sweep, I don't know, I think his legs still look pretty flat. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't add muscle. He probably did add muscle to his legs, but it's just where the lateralis inserts itself. The insertion is very low. It's basically on the middle of his quad. And that's bad. That's bad genetics. And he can't really do much about it. Like, he can bring up his adductors. He can just try and bring up his lateralis as well. He can try to make his legs get as big as possible, but he doesn't really have genetically blessed legs, at least not lateralis. A perfect example of a high inserted lateralis would be Sean Roden. As you can see, his lateralis starts literally from his waist. Like, this is, for example, also you can compare it to Kevin Levroni's triceps. There are so many great examples out there, but like as far as squads, I don't think there is a better example of a high inserted and long muscle belly, quadricep muscle, lateral head, of course, and that's Sean Roden for sure. So that's why he had so good legs. Is this always ideal? Should all your muscle bellies be as long as possible? You know, it depends. For example, like biceps, when they are super long, they don't really have the best peaks, but when your triceps are very long, they look really big and full. But as far as squats, outer sweep, I believe the longer the muscle belly, the better. And Nick Walker is just very unlucky in that regard. But nobody's perfect, everybody has flaws, this is his flaw. Did he improve the legs? We'll see on stage, but are there going to be really great legs? Are there going to be ever his outstanding body part? No, he's just not genetically blessed in that way. But he looks good, he looks huge, his conditioning is looking amazing for this weight, and it's gonna be a freak show for sure at the Mr. Olympia. Can't wait to watch that. Arnold Classic UK 2022. Why am I showing you this photo? Well, in this photo you can see from the left to right Andrew Jacked. You can see the guy from Kuwait, Patrick Johnson was his name. He competed at Mr. Olympia as well. I think he didn't place in the top 16, but he looked good. James Hollinshead was here in the middle. Marc Hector was here, and Martin Fitzwater. Now, Marc Hector, I don't know if you guys forgot, it was last year, but there was a lot of talk about this guy, how genetically blessed he is, about his structure, about the shape of his muscle bellies. The problem was always his legs. He did improve them a little for this season 2022, but when he actually managed to nail the conditioning, he lost the fullness in the legs, and they were still a weak body part for him. He took an off season. He took a long off season, an entire year. He didn't compete. He worked on improving his lagging body parts, on growing, and this is his new physique right now, and it's really improved. Especially those legs. Now, again, the same case with Nick Walker. Not exactly the most genetically blessed legs, especially the outer head, but like in the side poses, he always looked good in the legs because he has the hamstrings, he has like the thickness of the legs. His legs aren't really small, they're just not shaped ideally. Upper body is amazing, it always was, like he was always really good, and now he looked improved, he looks bigger and fuller. I wonder like how much of that leg fullness will stay. Look at legs here. Like in certain poses, his legs look really big and full, really round. Upper body is just insane. Like this guy is so blessed genetically. Like he has really the craziest muscle bellies. The legs were really an issue, and I think he improved them quite a bit. We'll see how much. Look at it. Look at the shoulders, man, and the chest and the V taper. Crazy stuff right here. But again, nothing really matters if his legs aren't improved, and I think they are significantly improved. I just don't know how much of this is real tissue, how much will stick when he gets conditioned, really conditioned. I mean, he's already in great condition. I have no idea when he's competing. He obviously looks like he's in shape, in really good shape. He can be ready, maybe in a couple of weeks, but unfortunately he doesn't have any plans on competing this year. Well, I wouldn't say unfortunately, maybe it's unfortunately for the fans, but for him and for us to see the best version of him, I think he needs to hold on to this mass for a while before he starts cutting. So no plans to compete this year, he stays in crazy shape, crazy condition, and he keeps improving. So that's definitely a good sign, that's definitely a good thing. If he holds on to this tissue and he gets conditioned, he doesn't lose the fullness in the legs, he's going to be a really dangerous bodybuilder next year. Alright, next up we got a little physique update of Iain Valliere at 15 weeks out of Mr. Olympia, just like Nick Walker, of course. But Nick is a little bit shorter than Iain Valliere, and he is weighing more than Iain. And as far as conditioning, they're very close, it's very similar conditioning. Iain is not 270, he's mid to high 270s. So let's round it up to 280. If he's 280, Nick is 290, but Nick is taller. So obviously Nick is bigger than Iain Valliere. And Iain is a big bodybuilder for sure. I don't know, maybe his conditioning is better. He competed recently. Maybe you can't see it in this pose, but maybe his glutes are sharper. Maybe he's going to be... I think he's also going to be very, very heavy on stage. I think he competed once in 270s. I think he was like close to 270 at that Vancouver Pro last year when he beat Antoine Vaillant. So that show he was really heavy, really full. And I think that is the kind of look that he should always go for. Like, this guy gets flat super easily. And when he gets flat, he loses body parts, man. Like, the last time we saw him at Toronto when he won, he lost his chest completely. It was completely gone. The year before that, his back looked like it completely atrophied. But it's all, apparently, obviously, because he comes in flat. And when he comes in full, blasting full like this, he always looks good, and he's always in shape, he's always conditioned, so I think he should always go for maximum fullness, because I don't think we ever saw Iain who was out of shape. He's always shredded. I think it's only the matter of being full, and I think he should go for the full look. It looks better too. Right here, we can also see his chest that looked really problematic at Toronto. We all thought it was completely gone, that his chest is just gonna disappear completely. But now, he looks good. I mean, his chest doesn't look like it has any nerve damage to it. I think he just filled up, and this is what it looks like. So I think it was the problem with flatness at the Toronto Pro. And once again, I wouldn't like to see him repeat that. And in my opinion, it can happen only if he comes in flat again. There is another photo that he posted on his stories. He says arms are growing, and again, those arms are massive, for sure, like he has big arms. But it's really weird, it's strange. The thing with Iain is like he doesn't have any standout body parts. Even like when you say he has big arms, you take a look at his biceps and also at his triceps, and you will see that neither of those are really good, but he has big arms. Also, like, he's really wide to the shoulders, but he doesn't really have the best lats. I wouldn't even say he has really big and massive shoulders. His chest for sure is his weakest body part. And even his legs, like, they are good in some poses, but like in majority of the poses they look also kind of weird. So like, he doesn't have any good, really good body parts except for maybe glutes. But he's also a really massive bodybuilder. Once again, he competed at around 270 and he's like 5'9", something like that. So he's not a tall guy. So he is really massive. But as far as standout body parts, there aren't many, really. And here, he looks massive, but once again, like, the chest looks pretty shallow. The triceps look weird. The biceps aren't like super dominant. Neither are the shoulders. But he is massive, so like he can beat a lot of guys with his really big frame, filled out frame with a lot of muscle and good conditioning, but as far as body parts, it's going to be really hard to find something really impressive in his physique. But again, he was 7th at the Mr. Olympia. How will he do this year at the Mr. Olympia? I don't see him placing in top 7 again, but top 10, very possibly. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more stuff like this. And if you guys want to support me and help me out, there is the link down below. It will lead you to the Old School Labs website. You can choose whichever of the supplements you like. Just make sure to use the code DIVAN, which will give you a 15% discount, and it will help me out as well. So thank you guys so much for all your support. Once again, subscribe to this channel, like the video. All the best guys, and bye bye.